What's going on, true believer? James Nguyen here with the Alpha Red Comic Channel. It's okay that nobody is here with me as I start. I got a late start. As if you watched yesterday's live stream, the Sunday night draw stream, I let you know that at 8:30, in a half an hour, I'm going to be launching Alpha Red number 7 on Kickstarter. So I wanted to make my case. Why I do that, why I'm choosing to do that, and justify that that some people are going to not migrate to a place that they don't know in the Alpha Red, in the Fund My Comic, on the Fund My Comic platform. It's just, we like to shop where we shop, where we feel comfortable. There's security issues, like if you're like me, you don't want to give the government too much access to your information. And every time you put your name and address and all those confirmations that you put into a new place, kind of distances yourself from your privacy. And I get it. And you just don't want to go and put all that information in that new thing. So, so Kickstarter has been good to me. I can't lie. As much as I want to support an alternative to a crowdfunding space specifically for independent creators, it makes more sense to go where everybody is already at. So that is the main purpose of going back to Kickstarter. I started Kickstarter. I started using Kickstarter with Alpha Red number 2, and it's been nothing but great to me as far as fulfillment of the campaigns and funding of each issue of Alpha Red. So I did want to give Fund My Comic a chance because I want to support those alternative avenues, and especially for the other reasons. The other reasons why I chose Fund My Comic is that the platform fee is much lower, where Kickstarter is 5%. Fund My Comic is 1%. So the money that you give to back a project gets to the creator in a bigger way. So that's one of the reasons. And if you choose the raise mode, you get the money from Stripe like in 2 days. So I'm able to pay my inker, colorist, letterer right away because I have the money in the war chest to do that. And you're motivated by money. So, it just gets those guys, it gives them a good feeling that they're not doing it for me as a favor, or you're getting paid on the back end. You're getting paid right up front. Some people say give them half up front, half later. I give them the whole thing up front. I just don't give them I don't give them all 24 pages. I've been giving them 5 or 6 pages at a time, except for my letterer, Josh Shelton, who has been with me since issue number 2. And I actually had him do issue number 1 because I liked his lettering so much, so that I wanted to keep the consistency in that. So it allows me to do that, to pay Josh right up front. I paid him right up front. He's done 9 pages already for me. And I just reached out to him on Thursday or Friday and said, "Hey, do you have time?" And he said yes. And he agreed that he could get it all done by next Monday, Tuesday is when the soft deadline is the 16th. So that's next Monday. And that's when I had everything set. But because things weren't going as well as I had hoped, I'm doing it I'm extending the campaign to the end of the month. And then I'm also expanding it over to Kickstarter. And that is the purpose of this live stream. But we're not just going to stand here and talk about this kind of creating crowdfunders and things like that. We are going to get to drawing. So we are going to draw. And I want to bring you over to the drawing board. But before I do that, say hello to Mr. Patrick Daniel first in the chat. Thank you, sir. Reverend Saber, Hey, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. So I'm gonna let me see if I can open this. Let me fix the picture, and I'm gonna show you the final results of last night's draw stream. Bamski. So this is the final result. I might still noodle with it a little bit more. I like it. I like it. I like it. I hope you guys like it. Actually, part of the encouragement, if you guys have already probably supported me over on Fund My Comic, and even if you haven't, you can help me out over on Kickstarter. What I want to do is if you back a physical copy, anything physical on the Kickstarter that I'm going to launch at 8:30, you get this cover for free, along with the sketch that I'm going to draw of Searcher. This is just on a very thick piece of paper, bright white, that is cut to comic book size, and it is what I've been using as the example of the sketch cover. So what I want to do is use this as the draw stream as I talk about the launch for Alpha Red number 7 on Kickstarter. And I should set my alarm. I thought I was going to set my alarm. Thought about it, didn't do it. Let me jump on here. I'm going to set an alarm for 8:28. 8:28. And then we'll, because I do have to, unlike Fund My Comic, I do have to actually hit a button and make the campaign go. And let me see. Did I open another tab? Let me open another tab. This is the project. Here it is. Let me see if I can, if I pull this over, can you guys see this? Okay, so you guys can't see it. So at 8:30, I'm going to hit this I am ready to launch button. And when I hit that button, actually, I'll just go over to here. It says, are you ready to launch? It tells me that they are allowing me. They're giving me permission to launch. And so you have to, one last time, all the legal mumbo jumbo, this is up to you to raise the $100 by June 30th. It's up to you to, it's letting me know that it's an all or nothing thing. It's not a, like what I'm doing on Fund My Comic, where it's a raise mode. Like whatever you send me, I get, and I promise to eventually get you that comic, which you know that I'm going to get you that comic. But like for some people, they say, okay, I need $3,000, but even if I don't get the $3,000, I promise to eventually, when I get $3,000, I will complete my my promise and send you what I promised you when you backed my project. So this is what Kickstarter does, and it just makes you kind of read through. I promise. I'm going to do it for you. This is the 3 to 5%. I understand that you're going to take 3 to 5%. So you get 5%. Let me see if I can make this bigger. So if you look at this, it's 5%. Not only is it 5% right off the top, within 21 days. So 3 weeks is what they promise you. And then it's 3 to 5% for processing fees on top of that. So I don't know who they use to process the payment, but that's a lot of money. 3 to 5% on top of a 5%. So that is one of the reasons why I use, why I wanted to use Fund My Comic. So all I have to do is click this button. It's ready to launch. I'll save that right there. And then we'll get back to this page over here. So if you, let me see, a control tab, Shift. Come on. Alt tab. There we go. There we go. So if you choose any physical reward, you also get this free stuff. So if you already supported me over on Fund My Comic, you can just hit the $5 digital and just remind me that you already supported me over on Fund My Comic. So it's only anybody who has supported me physically with a physical, so that I don't have to spend extra money on shipping over on Fund My Comic, or if you're ordering for the first time over here on Kickstarter at 8:30. So I know, Patrick Daniel, you're waiting. So it doesn't take your money right away like Fund My Comic does. So if you put in your credit card, it'll just charge your credit card. And even when they take the money, they won't take it. I mean, they won't take it until the end of the campaign. So just some thoughts. So if you have already supported me physically over on Fund My Comic, you will have to support me digitally so it'll cost you $5 to get this cover, the sketch cover that I did last night. And then you also get the cover that I'm going to work on right now. So without further ado, I'm going to say hi to you guys on the chat. And then we're going to get to the drawing. Yep. Got Patrick Daniel first. We got Brother Saber, Brother Man in the house. Patrick Daniel says, looks good. He says that the cover looks good. Rod says, Kong bows to no one. He gets like final billing, bro. I don't know. You got the end. You got the bad end of the stick on the billing. You know, it's Justice League, then Godzilla, then Kong. I'm just saying. Doom shall make King bow. Ha 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 ha. But that's what we're gonna do right now. From now until 8:28, we're gonna work on this, and then I'm gonna send you off over to. Actually, I have another website. If you go to shopalphared.com, that will take you to the Kickstarter link. And whoever is first with a physical backing, or if you've already physically backed me over on Fund My Comic and you do the digital on the Kickstarter, which is $5, you get this for free. However this turns out. Let me make sure this is all the way on the page here. And then you also get last night's Justice League Godzilla King Kong sketch cover. So I never got around to putting it on Etsy. So lucky for the first backer over on Kickstarter, I kept it at $100 so that, let me see if I can show you guys. Can I show you guys? Can I go in here, exit this, and then preview. Going to preview, and then where is it? On the keyboard. Show you guys just what it looks like, so that you're not. Am I showing? No, I wanted to show this. What are you guys seeing? Let me see if you guys are seeing this or not. No. Add to stage. How do I do this? I take this off. Take this off. Stop sharing this. Share the whole screen. Oh, I just had to move it over. Duh. Entire screen. Do this again. Let me share this again. And then I'm going to show you. Where'd it go? It does have to be this screen. All right, now I'm showing you what I see, maybe? No. Why does that? Because it's not its own screen. That's why it didn't give me. There you go. There you go. So if you didn't catch it last night, where I showed you, did I show you this last night? If you didn't catch me making this yesterday afternoon, I showed you then on, let's see, let's get it bigger. Nope, we want that. Okay. So for $5, you get the digital deluxe, which gives you all the covers. It gives you not only the exclusive cover for the campaign, but it'll be in, it'll have the trade dress with all the words, or it'll have, oh, I think my camera, my stupid camera. It'll give you a version without the words. It'll give you the inked version of the cover, the pencil version of the cover, and it'll do the same for the homage cover and then the regular cover also. So that is the plan. That is the plan. But that's it. If you just want Alpha Red number 7, you're going to have to choose the exclusive cover because that's what is available now. When you support me in this campaign, you're getting it 2 months before anybody else gets it on the Starcross Comics website. That's where its home will be. That's where you will be able to get all the physical copies of Alpha Red. So you get it in July when everybody has to wait until September. So for that $15, not only do you get it early, but you get this exclusive cover over here, this one where it says The Monster Within. And that's $15. You're going to pay $10 for shipping. So it's $25 to get it to your house. But you get 2 comics. And if you are early, goodness, can I multitask? Can I multitask? Nope. Bamski. Yeah, there you go. You get not only this, but you get last night's Sunday night draw stream sketch. Righto? Got it. One last time, go back to this and scroll down. You can get the homage cover. You can get the flip comic. That's like on top of getting, this is what you get for $25 plus the $10 shipping. The Alpha Red number 7 exclusive cover. You get the flip comic and you get the regular cover along with the digital. And all the physical rewards come with a trading card. So, but here's some of the artwork, guys. If you're not familiar already, I know you guys, most of you guys are already familiar with this stuff, but just in case, for those who are not, let's flip over to, let's do some drawing. Let's just do it. Let's do some drawing. All right. So I want to try to encourage you to get the sketch cover because I'm only gonna, it's gonna be very limited. I'm only gonna do the sketch covers that are ordered. I might order in batches of 5. So someone has ordered one already. So I am going to get at least 5. And if it goes all the way to 4, I'll go to 10 so that I'll have some extra. But the reason why I want to encourage you to get issue the sketch cover, is because this is the only time that you'll be able to get a sketch cover of the Searcher or Zed Keel on issue number 7. They won't appear until much later. They won't reappear. I have some stories where they can reappear as bad guys. Unless you guys love the Searcher, unless you guys love Zed Keel, I can push those stories back to the forefront. This is your only chance to get an original drawing of the Searcher or Zed Keel on Alpha Red number 7. So that's my appeal to you to consider in the next 8 minutes to possibly go over and back the sketch cover reward. And this is not an original pose. This is a J. Scott Campbell pose of, I want to say it's one of his Danger Girl girls. Sydney? No, Sydney is a dark hair girl. Who's the Russian girl? I think this was supposed to be the Russian girl. Are you guys familiar with Danger Girl? Or you J. Scott Campbell? J. Scott Campbell is known for his women, his females. And so as I was wanting to add a female character to my comics, I thought, why not lean on the artwork of someone known for his women. I tried to do it without looking at his artwork as a guide, and I tried to use Jim Lee as a guide, and his, like, there's something special about Jim Lee and his artwork. It only seems to work for him. Like, not that it only seems to work for him, but like, he makes it look the best. There's nobody that can do Jim Lee style better than Jim Lee. So like, if you try to do Jim Lee, you only end up like as a poor copy of Jim Lee. Whereas if you are copying some other artist like Mr. J. Scott Campbell, you will find that you can get pretty close and it's still pretty good. Just because I think the foundation of the style is so universally appreciated, where it doesn't take the actual skill so much as it is the philosophy of J. Scott Campbell's female anatomy. I don't recommend as a Christian to to go down the rabbit trail of all the influences that Mr. J. Scott Campbell attributes his skill to. Lots of cheesecake, like 50s and 60s cheesecake photography, models, and then drawing. And so lots of nudes, if I just want to get down to the point without beating around the bush. You're going to see a lot of nude figures. So, but it's very appealing, obviously. God designed us to be attracted to the female form. So we should not shy away from why we understand the appeal of his artwork. But we don't have to seek out the I don't know. It's hard, right? It's hard as a Christian to juggle that. You know, I was talking to my daughter about that, and how do you stay modest but at the same time attract a mate? Because I know why I was attracted to my wife, and that was before I was a believer. So I find it very hard to kind of raise my sons. One more minute, and then I'll give you the countdown. You can jump over to shopalphared.com. Shopalphared.com will take you to the site. And just like Sundays, we'll keep drawing this until it's done. We'll keep drawing this until she's ready to be awarded to the first physical backer. There it is. That's my alarm. That's my alarm. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And then you'll want to jump over to, goodness, I wish there was a better way for me to. Can you guys see this? Yep, there's that. So in a minute and a half, gosh, can I want to keep drawing. Maybe I should have just did 1 minute. So here we go. Closing in on the launch. Mr. Patrick Daniel is all over it. Jay Scott is in the house. What's up, James? Monday Draw. I dig it. So this is the Kickstarter launch for Alpha Red number 7. Jay Scott, if you missed the beginning, where I explain that sometimes you just want to go where the people are, whereas with Fund My Comic, it is being like inviting people to where I ask them to come. And 24 people showed up, and some of you showed up in a big way. Some of you did multiple backings. So let me see. I should have did another thing here, another alarm, where when it rings at 8:30, I will hit this button. It doesn't give me a countdown, unfortunately. So as soon as you hear this, I'm going to hold this up here. And once this goes, I'm going to hit the launch button, and then you can go to shopalphared.com, shopalphared.com, and that will take you to, oh, there we go. I don't know if any of you guys are waiting, if anybody is actually waiting for the launch. Congratulations, your project is live. So whoever orders the first physical copy so that I can save on shipping will get, not only will they get, come on, there we go. Not only will they get this drawing that I'm going to be completing here, you will also get last night's Sunday night draw stream subject, which is the Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, which I did last night. Finished it up this morning. Still noodling with it. I want to stop noodling with it, because the more I noodle with it, the more I'm going to mess it up. So I just want to make sure. So the first person, I don't know if there's anybody who's going to pick it up, because honestly, it's already available, and it's been crowdfunding. Alpha Red number 7 has been crowdfunding on Fund My Comic. If you go to alpharedcomic.com, you will see that it's been up since the 9th. No, not the 9th. It's been up for almost 3 weeks. 3 weeks, actually. 3 weeks exactly. This was the launch 3 weeks ago, and it was supposed to end next week, but because I still need some help, I extended it to June 30th, and then I also extended it over to Kickstarter, where Alpha Red has been offered since issue number 2. So I want to see if any fans kind of refuse. I don't want to say refuse, but hesitated to migrate over to Fund My Comic. So Fund My Comic is like everywhere. Everyone who I pointed to the campaign and everyone who decided to go over there. But over on Kickstarter, I feel like a lot of people just stumbled across it because they're comic book fans and they're fans of independent comic creators. And so I want to give them the opportunity to not have to migrate over to Fund My Comic, and hopefully somebody tonight order one thing and you get not only this cover that I drew last night. You can go back into the live videos and you'll see me drawing this, and then you'll also get this, which I'm gonna finish drawing right now, and that goes to the first person here on Kickstarter. You have to get a physical reward here on Kickstarter, or if you've already backed me on Fund My Comic with a physical reward, you'll have to pay the $5 to get the digital version of Alpha Red number 7, which you would already be getting, but you are pretty much paying for this drawing and this. So without further ado, me and my rambling, you guys get it. You guys get it, right? We are ready to bring this Searcher sketch to life. So this is just on a regular sheet of paper, but it's not just any. I get good quality paper when I do this kind of stuff. It's bright white, and it's one level lower than cardstock. So I am a salesman by trade, and so when I bring stuff printed out on this paper to my potential customers and to my actual customers as I do my policy reviews, everybody mentions how impressed they are with the paper. So you will get this free sketch. I don't know if anybody, I should maybe keep a tab open. I'll keep a tab open. Oh my goodness, now I have to do shop. Okay. Let's do it. Did it open? One backer. So somebody's getting it. I see a 25er in there. I see a 25er. Goodness, I don't know how to look it up. Looks like a quarter of the way there on Kickstarter. Yes. So I set the goal very low because I've already made enough on Fund My Comic that it's going to happen. And it was going to happen anyway. I had enough in the war chest to make Alpha Red number 7, bring Alpha Red number 7 to life. So it wasn't a matter of actually needing the actual money for this time around. What you're paying for, honestly, is future issues of Alpha Red, because I'm in a position where I had some successful crowdfunders before. I'm doing well with crowdfunding, commissions and selling things on Etsy. If you're not familiar with my Etsy store, you can go over to jamesq.net. JamesQ, not JamesQ artist, jamesq.net. I should do more stuff up here. So jamesq.net will take you to my Etsy store. I have original art over there. I sell signed issues of Alpha Red, which you can't get over at Starcross because Starcross headquarters is actually in Wisconsin. And so you can get signed versions straight from me. I get it printed up and then I send it to Wisconsin. That's how it works with Starcross. And so that is, I forget my train of thought here. I was working out the lips there. The faces are so important, and you don't want to mess up the face. And I know you guys who are regulars know what an emphasis I put on the faces and stuff that I like. The characteristics of an attractive face have a lot to do with the eyes. Symmetrical eyes, smaller width of their lips. If there are characters with lips that go too far into the cheek area, I find that it's just not as attractive. I don't know if it's just a personal taste or if it is something that is universally accepted as a thing of beauty. But that is what I strive for when I'm drawing. So I am thankful, very thankful for the first person who picked up a copy of Alpha Red number 7 here on Kickstarter. This is the Kickstarter launch. And not to be confused with the Fund My Comic launch that was 3 weeks ago, exactly at this time, which was fantastic. It was so much fun. You guys showed up. The new guy from Starcross Comics showed up. His name is Brian Fraze. So pretty soon here, we'll be having Brian on here talking about his comic, The Eternal Resurgence, I think is what that is, what his comic is called. So congratulations to whoever supported Alpha Red here on Kickstarter on this launch, because they're getting this sketch of the Searcher. And the Searcher is new to the Alpha Red universe. She is a treasure hunter. I don't want to give away too much because I want you to discover her, just as she was meant to be revealed in the pages of Alpha Red. So we'll just keep it at that. This is the first appearance of the Searcher, and if you want something like this, like an original sketch of the Searcher, she's not meant to be a recurring villain. I do have another storyline for her, but it can fit in multiple places. So they're all kind of standalone. They eventually start leaning on each other. So I don't want to say that you can jump in anytime, but right now you can jump in anytime and you'll get a pretty good story. And the way that I'm structuring my future comics is that you should be able to jump in anytime and you'll be able to get a good story, but you'll get a better story if you have been here for a while and you're familiar with some of the characters of the Alpha Red universe. So her name is Cindy Zurcher. So she's a bad guy. So she's got a little bit of narcissistic tendencies, as you do as a villain. So she has a Z on her belt buckle. So her name is the Searcher, because she can find anything you want for a price. So I don't want to give away too much, but I think that's pretty fair. Pretty fair. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Patrick Daniel says, looks like a quarter of the way there on Kickstarter. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I saw that one person. Hey there, Shay from Saga of Heroes. What's going on, Shay? Went ahead and backed you. Thank you so much. There you go. This is yours. If you are the first backer, this drawing that I'm doing comes with the pledge that you back, along with I drew this last night on my Sunday night draw stream, Shay. And if you are that person, this belongs to you. So congratulations. Congratulations. Whoop. I'm still working on this. But congratulations. Thank you so much, Shay, for backing. That is awesome. First appearance of Searcher. Good one for all those comic speculators. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And if you want to get a sketch of the Searcher on the sketch cover, this would be the time to do it on the by backing the sketch cover, because I will not be doing an issue number 7 sketch cover after the campaign. So I will have maybe a handful, just in case some get lost in the mail and whatnot. So it'll be in multiples of 5. And if it gets to a multiple of 4 people backing, 4 people wanting a sketch, I will go ahead and get 10. And so there might be 6 hanging around, but it's going to be limited for sure. And maybe I can offer, I do have other incentives. If you guys want an incentive, let's see here, to back on Kickstarter, I do have some other sketch covers that you can get for free if you are a physical backer. The second physical backer, let's do that. Let's do this. The second physical backer gets this limited, because I'm not doing this anymore, Alpha Red number 3 sketch cover. So Spider-Man is one of the major influences of Alpha Red. So I drew a picture of him very early on last year when I started this YouTube channel, and I wanted to let people know who influenced the creation of Alpha Red. And so his personality is a lot like Peter Parker. So this is not how issue number 3 starts in the current version. So I remastered issue number 3, added a couple of pages. So this is one of the final issues of the previous version of Alpha Red. So if you are the second person to back Alpha Red on Kickstarter, you will get this along with whatever physical reward that you chose. How about that? Just on the fly. You guys are getting free stuff if you are watching the stream. Maybe you're not even watching the stream, because I'm not going to be able to keep track of all that. But the second person who backs a physical reward on Kickstarter will get that Spider-Man sketch cover of the volume 1 of Alpha Red number 3, because I have since remastered it, added some story elements that I can carry into the future. When I first created Alpha Red, I was not thinking very far down the road. I was having a lot of fun, and so some of these elements are shoehorned in, but hopefully you don't feel that. Hopefully you don't feel that as you read it, as you read this current and final version of Alpha Red. Anything that you get from now on will be canon. Not that I changed anything. I just added stuff. I added elements so that I can make the story a little bit richer. A little bit richer. So Shay, congratulations, man. First appearance assertion. But wait, there's more. That's right, sir. That's right. Let me check. Let me see if I can sneak over here. Do I have more than one? If I have a second person, then I will go to a third sketch cover that I have. David Romansky. I'm a poor reader, David. So pardon me if I butchered your last name. I really want the homage covers. Yes, sir. This is the time to get them. This is the time to get them. Patrick says those homage covers are nice and fun. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the original AR3 before James went back and made the special edition version. Yes. So Fong is a he's one of he's awesome. If you don't know Fong, just hang out on a Sunday and you will know Fong. He's first. He's usually first, and he's a great supporter, great friend of Alpha Red. So I appreciate Fong a lot. So he knows his Alpha Red lore. He'll be Alpha Red historian one day. One day, when they're making movies of Alpha Red, because all the Marvel movies are tanking. When they all tank, Alpha Red will be riding high, and Fong will be writing the book about how many versions there are of Alpha Red. David says, I put in for it. Thank you. Well, if you are the second person, bam. Let me double check. Hit the button. And there are two. This is yours. This is yours, David Kabamski. This is absolutely yours. And I might throw in something else. I won't announce it. I have something that that is homage related. Homage cover related. So just expect something, expect the bonus. And if you don't get the bonus, it's because I forgot, and just mention it to me. Don't feel bad that you have to remind me because I'm old. But I want to give you something for supporting Alpha Red here on Kickstarter, on the Kickstarter launch. That is awesome. So this belongs to Shay. The Spider-Man belongs to David. And if there's a third person, that's right. I promised you that there's a third person. Third person gets this cover. This is issue number 4. Never going to do a sketch cover for issue number 4 again. So this is one of the last. There's only a handful out there, and some of them I didn't even draw on because I was giving them away to to kids as a bonus gift, and so they had to pay for a sketch, and some of them didn't pay for a sketch. So some of these are blank, but you get the Captain America Alpha Red number 4, and this is the OG version. So that, sir, goes to David. Or no, that goes to the next person. Sorry, David gets the. Sorry, it's getting late. David gets this, The third person will get the Captain America. Patrick Daniel says, "Who would be your ideal casting for Alpha Red?" There's so many people that would be good, and I don't know. So the guy who did Reacher, who is on Reacher, what's his name? Is currently who I would hope would want to do it, but that would be ideal for right now. Jay Scott says, I put it in for it also, but it only said there was only 2 at the time, maybe 3 now for the homage covers. Jay Scott is getting if he's the third one. There are 3. Jay Scott, my man, this is yours. And let me see what you're talking about here, about the limitation on, are you talking about what is limited, Jay Scott, if you don't mind? I'm going to be super mad at myself if I put a limit on the homage covers, because those are pretty much unlimited. Nope. Oh, so let me know. But so this goes to Jay Scott. This goes to David. And Shay gets, it's somewhere here, Shay. You get last night's draw stream, Justice League versus Godzilla versus King Kong. All right. So for the fourth one, man, why not? And then for issue number 5, I did a sketch cover. The way that I describe Alpha Red is Peter Parker as Captain America on a James Bond adventure. That is my hook when I go to comic shops, and so I had to draw James Bond on the one of my sketch covers. And so, which James Bond did I choose? Sean Connery. So the next person who backs a physical reward on Kickstarter will get the Sean Connery James Bond sketch cover of Alpha Red number 5. Numero 5. You guys are awesome. This is so fun. Next time for the launch of Alpha Red number 8, I will draw a bunch of sketch covers that I can give away. That would be awesome. Now, you guys know that the first 10 of you who backed over on Fund My Comic are getting some of these sketch cards. So I was going to work on those, but I thought it'd be more fun and try to push people to consider a sketch cover of the Searcher or Zed Keel. Zed Keel is a character that's being introduced in Alpha Red number 7, and he won't be around for a while after this issue. Does he make it through, or does he not make it through this issue? So you'll have to find out. But this would be the best time for you to get a sketch of Zed Keel, the fallen angel, on the issue where he's introduced. And I'm making sure that Fong knows so that he can document that for the documentary on all things Alpha Red. Fong will be in charge of that. Ooh, I forgot she's wearing boots. So this is just a I don't want to say it's just a J. Scott Campbell pose of one of his Danger girls, I believe, is where I got this pose. This is not an original pose. With my artwork, with my regular artwork, I try to come up with original poses, and I mostly do. But for the draw streams and things like that, I want to make sure you guys are getting something that is fantastic. So I just go ahead and use the influence. I mean, I don't know if you can look up J. Scott Campbell, and you'll see a similar pose like this. As you can see, I'm not looking at it. I just use the structure. What I do when I say that I use other people's artwork, I just kind of dissect what makes it appealing. And so I chose like the head, and then I kind of drew like where her shoulders are, where her top torso is, and like, so I'm not copying. I don't know. I wish I could show it to you so that you can see how close and how not close it is to the J. Scott Campbell pose. You know, I don't know how you guys feel about that, like being influenced by stuff and just using the foundation of someone else's picture to make sure that your picture isn't going to suck, really. That's what it comes down to. When I started drawing, it was all Jim Lee all the time. And no matter how close I tried to get to Jim Lee, I never got close enough to Jim Lee. And that is exactly what I do when I say that I'm using somebody else's pose or artwork. You just use the foundation. You dissect what they did and see what is it about that picture that I like, and how do I duplicate it without standing there and copying every brush stroke and every little line. So that is, so you would see that when you look up J. Scott Campbell pictures. You might see something that looks incredibly similar. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Saga of Heroes, Shay says, was it Shay? Was it Saga of Heroes says, I feel like it's the same as using photography as a reference image. Exactly. That is how I think of it. And I try to steer clear of actually using photography when it comes to women, because I don't know, even when you look up like references of women, it's very like overly sexual. And I'm just like, I'm trying to be a good guy, trying to be a good boy, trying to be a good Christian. So where is here it is. And so once you start looking at naked pictures to do your female anatomy, you're just asking for trouble, I think, in your mind. So I try to steer clear mostly of that. And so the closest thing is J. Scott Campbell artwork. It's pretty darn close, because he uses, I don't know if he uses actual nude pictures, but his influences are guys who use nudes as their influence. And it makes sense. And it obviously captures our imagination enough to say, like to make him, I don't know if he's a millionaire, but he's doing all right, it seems, because everybody loves his artwork. And obviously he taps into that more primal instinct that we all have. And we all know when we see what we like and kind of built into us. All right, guys, I'm like probably 2 or 3 minutes away from being done. So I just want to say thank you for everyone who has backed Alpha Red, not just here on Kickstarter, not just at this launch of the Kickstarter, but also to everyone who backed over on Fund My Comic. I truly, truly appreciate your support. This stuff can't happen without you. I mean, I guess it could, but it wouldn't be as fun for sure. Like when you're working this hard and you're doing it by yourself, it's so awesome to share it with people. And if you guys appreciate it enough to support it, it means the world to me. And you're just making the little James from way back when, who always wanted to be a comic book artist, feel like I made it. You know, even though Marvel's not paying me and DC's not paying me, you guys are the stand-in for Marvel and DC. So I really appreciate how you guys show up with each issue of Alpha Red. And you guys are just the best. And I'm going to, whenever I get to this, whenever I get done with this, which is seconds away, I will check the comments, and then we can wish you guys a good night and a successful launch here on Kickstarter. I think that's good. I'm gonna where's my, I have a brush pen that I like. All right, we'll try this where I sign my name. And but guys, I appreciate all of you so much for hanging out every Sunday usually. So if you're new to the channel and you haven't hit the like or subscribe, please do. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Algorithm goes crazy. And I do too. I just appreciate you guys so much. All right. We're going to call it quits. I'm just so thankful that you guys hang out and support Alpha Red. So these are going out. Let me check one more time to see if anybody got this one. Gonna hit this refresh button. And anybody, it's okay because we hit our goal. Only 3 people. I made it intentionally low because most people already supported me on Fund My Comic. But thank you so much for helping me hit the goal already. This is awesome. I can't wait to hit the goal over on Fund My Comic. So don't forget to share it out. alpharedcomic.com will get people over to the Fund My Comic campaign. But over here, shopalphared.com is where you want to point them to the Kickstarter. So thank you guys so much for a successful launch here on Kickstarter. And I will see you on Sunday. I'm going to a convention this weekend. You'll probably see more of me. I'll pop in and show you some shorts and things like that. But join me here next Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and we will draw a sketch cover. We'll draw something. We're going to draw something. That's what we do on a Sunday evening at 8 p.m. So guys, thank you so much for being here. Until next time, grace and peace. And I'm going to hit this button, hit some buttons. Welcome to Alpha Red number 7, The Monster Within. In this issue, an ancient evil has risen, unleashed by a rogue treasure hunter on her latest heist. Now, this powerful executioner walks the earth once more, and only Alpha Red stands between the fallen angel and the annihilation of the other kingdom warriors. As Wingman is haunted by cryptic visions of his forgotten past, he squares off with the Searcher and her celestial enforcer Zadkiel. What dark secrets link the sacred relics to Wingman's dreams? And can Alpha Red stop this vengeful angel before it's too late? Brace yourself for pulse-pounding action, shocking revelations, and supernatural suspense in Alpha Red number 7, a high-octane thrill ride you won't want to miss. This issue can be enjoyed on its own, but there will be tiers where you can pick up the first 6 issues of Alpha Red. If you're new to Alpha Red, it can be summarized like this. In a world unraveling from the inside, Alpha Red emerges as a bold new hero in a time of darkness. Calvin Wes Wesley was just a blue-collar worker until the Kingdom, a secret organization powered by ancient spiritual technology, chose him to be their new champion. With superhuman strength, speed, and wisdom now flowing through him, Wes is thrust into the battle that reaches beyond the physical world into the realm of eternal souls. The enemy, Satan himself, cast into human form, walking among us, immortal, plotting a global apocalypse after being betrayed by his right-hand demon. His identity is hidden, his influence is growing, and only Alpha Red stands between us and damnation. This isn't just a comic, it's a spiritual war dressed in superhero skin. A gripping, high-stakes saga where every punch is powered by purpose and every page crackles with righteous intensity. Created by artist and writer James Q. Nguyen, Alpha Red fuses pulse-pounding action with themes of faith, redemption, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. With stunning artwork and a cinematic story arc built for fans of Spawn, Daredevil, and the Book of Revelation, this is a series that dares to say something deeper, while still kicking it like a 90s style comic. Join the mission, back the hero, invest in the legend. Alpha Red isn't just another comic, it's the beginning of something bigger.
From the shadows he rises with courage in his heart, a beacon of hope. He's ready to start with faith as his armor and a fire in his soul. Alpha Red stands tall, fulfilling his role. Alpha Red, the hero we need, with the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread, for the world is safe with Alpha Red. Red. In a world full of chaos, where evil may lurk, he fights for the righteous, his mission and work. Guided by God, with strength from above, he battles the darkness with unending faith lead the way. With Alpha Red beside us, we'll see a brighter day. For evil may tremble, but never forget, the world is